Wonderful. Okay, we are going to celebrate Sunday, celebrate Pride. Let's raise some spiritual energy. Come on your feet. Let's release and let go. All right. Feel free to clap. You can clap if you want. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Well, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Well, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Now you. Only here for God. Come on now. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Good morning, Unity.
Good morning, Unity. I'm Gwen Cohen, thank you. And it's wonderful to see all of you here today for another Celebration Sunday. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to turn your phones to silent meditation mode. And you don't have to turn it off, because we'd love for you to check in on Facebook and let your friends know that you're here with us today. As long as the sound is off, it's okay to leave the phones on during this time. Each Sunday we come together to celebrate our oneness with God and our oneness with one another. Because we welcome people of every culture, lifestyle, and creed, we honor the many paths to God, the many names for God, and the many ways in which to experience God. Whatever your path and wherever you are on that path is where you should be. We are glad that you are here with us today, because here we recognize the God within us, and we are grateful for His presence with us and for the expression of the love, joy, and truth that we have in our lives. And today we join millions around the world who celebrate in sharing the daily word. Today's message is forgive. I release any resentments, fears, or judgments I may hold. As long as my infinite spirit continues in this human experience, resentment, fears, and negative judgment will be part of the journey. By dissolving these negative reactions to the world and replacing them with the healing power of infinite love, I discover my spiritual purpose. The key to that purpose is forgiveness, allowing myself to see from the perspective of spirit, free from the illusions of the mortal world. From that perspective, I see only love expanding every day in greater expression. Today, I joyfully release any resentments, fears, or negative judgments I may hold concerning others, and particularly myself. And Mark 11:25 reminds us, whenever you stand praying, forgive if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father in heaven may also forgive you your trespasses. These are words from our beautiful daily word, which I consult every day, and a copy belongs to you if you will just visit any of the information desk upstairs or downstairs, and it is in larger print as well as the regular size for those of you who don't already have it. And now I'd like to welcome Reverend Heidi, who's going to provide us with a celebration and offer an opening prayer.
Thank you. Thank you, Gwen. Yes, all right. So, yes, we'll be getting into our Raiders of the Lost Ark later, but we love it, yes? Right, talking about faith today. Yeah, so welcome and thank you for coming, and happy Pride Sunday. And we have many of our congregants out celebrating and being in the parade, and we're not in the parade this year. And I'll say that really the only reason we're not is because usually there was a team that came together that put that together, and the team just didn't come together this year. But if you want to be part of that team next year, we're happy to support and love you to show up for that. I think it was 2 straight women that pulled it off last year. So anyway. But anyway, we love the Pride Parade, and of course we're all about diversity and oneness and inclusion here. So do know we can create that next year, but we are certainly one with all that are there, and certainly many of our congregants are there. So let us just breathe into this oneness, to this wonderful moment of your life. Let's close your outer eye and open your inner eye. And you've made it. You're here. Everything that has happened up till this moment in your life has been absolutely perfect. And we recognize that the things that are easy are kind of a way that we get to store up spiritual energy for the things that are difficult. So then we get to use these powers to see things differently. Our daily word today is forgive, and the opportunity to give give a thought for anyone in your life or any situation in your life, to bless it, to say words like, may you have peace, may there be wellness, may there be the opportunity for me to open and see something different here. So we're here to have a spiritual transformation, and how important to show up for that, because that is what your life's about. So rest in this chair that's been waiting for you, this community that loves you as you learn to love yourself. The only thing that is challenging with coming to Unity is you got to start feeling good about yourself. It's kind of weird, but it's a great way to know that God is working through you, around you, and as you. So please affirm with me the truth of God as you, living as you, and the world being better because you are here. So if you'll repeat after me, God is. We are. And all is well. And so it is. All right. So again, I'm so glad you all are here. It's you make this service happen. If you aren't here, it would not be what it is. So thanks for coming. We're going to light our candle that represents the light of God. Oh, good. Sometimes the obvious is not what you see. All right, so we're lighting our candle, and if anytime you're feeling maybe off during the time together, just really come back and look at this light that represents that light in you. So put your hand on this heart area and just breathe in to something you appreciate about your life, maybe this absolutely gorgeous day that's been given to you to bless you so you can be the great soul you are, and recognize this life energy that is in you, that is the light that helps other people see better. So I am the light of the world. Together, I am the light of the world. Yes, and in greeting one another, we can rise if you're able. If not, you can talk to people that are in their seats. But we stay in your section. I know it's Unity. We love to wander. But stay in your section and just say, good morning, you are the light of the world, all right? So let's do that. But you can stand up. Greet our virtual audience out there. You're the light of the world. That's right. So let's rub our hands together with all that wonderful energy of knowing that, saying I am, and then having someone mirror that back to you. And let's just put our hands up and out, just sending out that sweet energy to our world, to all living creatures, knowing their divinity, knowing they are the light of the world. Because as we affirm our light of the worldness, everyone, the energy allows everyone to wake up a little bit more. So we say, we are the light of the world. And let's say it 3 times. We are the light of the world. We are the light of the world. We are the light of the world. And breathe into that truth. Fantastic. That's it. All right, so we are so blessed today. You know, the music is the heart opener, and we're just so excited to have with us Peaches Faison and Gretchen Goodrich and Peter Polzak and Bill Harrison and Sarah Allen. That's it. Peaches is fun in action, I tell you.
I'm back and I found us some music. Oh, grooving on a Sunday afternoon. Really, I couldn't get away too soon. No, no, no. I can't imagine anything that's better. The world is ours when we worship together. There's no place that I would rather be except here. It's you to ecstasy. It's you and me and Reverend Heidi grooving on a Sunday afternoon. This next song was written by a group from the 60s also in 1967. This man had just been converted, and somebody tried to scare him with Revelations 19. He took this song and sang it the way that we feel it, and it is, look over yonder. Well, what do you see? The sun is rising, most definitely. Lord, a new day is dawning, and people are changing. Ain't it beautiful? Crystal blue persuasion. Yeah. Better get ready. That's it. Come on, guys. To see the light. Love is the answer. And that's alright. So don't you give up now. Woo-hoo. So easy to find. Just look to your soul.
Look to your soul.
And open your mind. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, crystal blue persuasion. It's a new vibration. Crystal blue persuasion. Crystal blue persuasion. Oh, well, maybe tomorrow when she looks down on every green field and every town, all of his children and every nation. Oh, there'll be peace and good and brotherhood. Hey, crystal blue persuasion. Hey. Whoa, crystal blue persuasion.
Crystal
Crystal blue persuasion. We are grooving, yeah, on a Sunday afternoon. Know that we really couldn't get away too soon. All of his children of every nation, peace and good and brotherhood, you and me and Rev and Heidi, crystal blue persuasion. Oh, we are grooving. Thank you very much. I got
Peaches, you found your tribe. This is great. I know. Wow. Was that the first time you heard it sober? Just saying. I saw y'all in the back. Oh. I tell you, we are something else. I love this group. This is a great age, right? This is a great time. I just find that, this ability to reflect back and go, whoa, I've come a long way. So I just really commend people that show up at Unity, because it really is this opportunity to just keep growing and keep reflecting and keep loving yourself and knowing that there's always more that you're going to learn. And so thank you so much for suggesting that song, because it's so fun. And thank you, Peter and Bill and Sarah and Gretchen. Oh my gosh. So let's look at these words. So look over yonder, what do you see? The sun is arising, most definitely. Come up this morning? World keep moving? Okay, that's good. A new day's coming, people are changing. Ain't it beautiful? Crystal blue persuasion. See, those are words of faith. And today we're talking about the power of faith, and faith is not faith in with a lot of this, sort of obligation to other people or things. It is something within you, just like this. What am I seeing? The sun's arising, most definitely, even if that's a metaphor, right? That a new day's coming, people are changing. It's the way it's always been. And so we're in this idea of what does it mean to be powerful? What does it mean to have innate powers and use them in the sense of your own wellness and the wellness of others? So we are following a wonderful map called Divine Audacity. Because I will tell you, the journey of living in the sense of using your powers can feel audacious. And so, audacity, it's bold, it's about being divine, and it is about being audacious. So I'm going to get you to participate with me, because if this is only mine to do, we are in trouble. All right, so I am bold. I am divine. I am audacious. Okay, so we breathe into this truth. Okay, now I know you probably said that on your way to church, but if you didn't, it's really some very powerful words to use about yourself, and it is the truth. See, the deal is that you came onto this planet, you made a choice at some soul level to come and be the light of the world, and to live with these 12 powers that Charles Fillmore put into words. And I wonder if we use any of them, sort of ever, right? Because we often use the powers of fear and worry and doubt and comparison and blame and those, which don't lift us up or anybody else. So this summer camp that we're in, and you get a bracelet to start off, right? So you can have any color you want, because I know you campers, you like choices. So they say you are the light of the world. And so if you didn't get one, pick one up on your way out, right? And we've got orange and pink and purple and green and blue. And Tammy said, I think we should just get 2 colors. I'm like, are you kidding for this group? I'm not dealing with that. So get a bunch of colors. So you can pick one up and just wear it. It says you are the light of the world. All right. So, Divine Audacity. This is a book written by a Unity minister. It is the first book was written in 1930 by Charles Fillmore called The 12 Powers of Man. And Linda Martella Winsett was the Unity minister in San Antonio for years. And now she is the head of Silent Unity. I am so excited because she has this really truth-filled way to pray, truth-filled way to live, truth-filled way to experience yourself. You know, there seems to be a big chasm between who you think you are and who you really are. Can you guys feel that sometimes? Like, well, if you ask me about myself or you give me a compliment, I'm going to go, ugh, but the truth is that I have every single thing I need inside of me that just needs to be seen and paid attention to and ignited. Okay, that is the truth. Divine Audacity, can we put up that slide? She explains Divine Audacity, and she says it is bold spiritual living under that radical premise that I am divine. My nature is one with divine nature or God. All right, and this is, of course, in the book. So I'm going to dare you to be the light of the world, okay? Because spiritual growth is uncomfortable and it's exciting. So that's how a dare is, right? It's like I'm kind of comfortable, but it's exciting. So I'm going to ask you, are you willing to accept that dare to be the light of the world? And if you are, say, I'm in. Okay, let's do this again. I'm in. All right, great. Now I want you to look at your neighbor because they need to know this about you. And you say, I'm in. All right, to 1 or 2 people. I'm in. All right. All right. That's good. Because you don't do this alone. Thank you, God. Right. Okay, so, and I will tell you, there's an uncomfortable piece of really owning your power. Because the minute you start owning your power, that victim, that troubled child, that part of you that you've really connected with, that person that always has horrible relationships, it's like, oh, can't go there anymore, right? So there's a real kind of, woo, what do I talk about? Ooh, what do I do? What do I call when I go to talk to my family? It's like, what do we talk about? It's sort of how do we create these new conversations? So we are jumping right in here today. So the thing with faith, you will see, why not now? Okay, so as you know, Glinda the Good Witch with Dorothy said, "You've had the power all along, my dear. All along. All of you have already had the power, yes. And if you need a wand, we'll get you one. But just be sure to know that about yourself." All right. So Glinda was coming through. We'll put her right there. Okay. So, wait, let's see. I want you to burn out, Glinda. There's only 6 ways she works. Okay. So that's good. Okay. So the color is blue. The disciple is Peter. And so we will have a color for every Sunday, and you're welcome to wear the color if you choose. You will see our figure here with all of these 12 powers, and we had a big postcard that went out to you that is about our powers of faith and strength and wisdom and love and power and imagination and understanding and will and zeal and order and elimination in life. And Reverend Linda is actually going to come be with us on August 27th. We're going to have a weekend of, I'm not exactly sure what, but it is going to feel like camp. Because somebody, when they left last Sunday, said, "Are we having s'mores at this camp?" So we will do something outside with a bonfire, but we're going to be doing some stuff. We're going to have Taste of Unity. We're going to have a really big, fun summer. So just keep showing up for this. Yes. All right. So she uses, she's again intuiting from Fillmore's work, because what Fillmore, our co-creator, none of us would be here if it wasn't for the Fillmores, really came to understand that Jesus had support. This consciousness, Jesus was Jesus of Nazareth, and then he became Jesus Christ, and then after resurrection, he was Christ Jesus. So Christ is a consciousness. You might have heard that it was a person that died for you and is going to save you from something, right? But I don't know how that worked for you, but that always felt like, boy, I hope I do the right thing so Jesus likes me, right? And that is really not, Jesus was about, these and greater things shall you do. Pick up your mat, do your thing. He without sin can cast the first stone. He's always about, wake up. All right, and that's what we know that is true. So he had his disciples, these 12 guys, that supported him, and each one of them carried one of these powers. So your 12 powers support your Christ consciousness. All right, that's great. So this faith piece then is blue, Peter. I'll talk about Peter in a moment, and maybe that Peter too. So the idea is that 3 words that are used to understand each power. And so the 3 words that we're using are perception, conviction, and expectancy. All right, so these 3 words will help one use this power, get it ignited. There's the fireworks go off because somebody lights them. So that's what we're doing with these 3 words. There is an affirmation that she invites us to use every day, and so I'll lead you through. It's got hand signals because that's what makes it work. It starts with this, I live in faith. Is that, look at that one. He's like, it's already up. I am way ahead of you. Okay, so the idea is that we'll do this. So I live in faith, because faith is indwelling. So give yourself a hug. I live in faith. I perceive the good. I trust all is well. And I expect the best. All right, so let's do this one more time. So I live in faith. I perceive the good. I trust all is well. And I expect the best. All right. Woo, right? Okay, so that is every time you get any kind of feeling of being stuck this week, you just go for it. And if you're driving, maybe you should stop. But the idea that just keep telling yourself the truth about what is. All right, so perception. Again, the song that was sung, the energy changed. I watched it. I saw it, right? So when truth is being said, a new day's coming, people are changing, ain't it beautiful? When we can live there, our world starts to shift. So perception. I wonder if you even know how you perceive the world. right? I mean, I usually have very glaring things that come into my life when something just flies out of my mouth and I'm going, and somebody goes, woo, why did you say that? And I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that was going on for me. So so I try to be more wise all the time. That's why we're here. And so let me just tell you about an example that she had. She says, many years ago, I had a conversation with a neighbor who felt certain that God would soon destroy the earth and save a chosen few. Anybody else hear this story? So she says, based upon her learned interpretation of Christian scriptures, my neighbor claimed the time was ripe for God's final judgment. She pointed to a rising crime rate, diminishment of family values, and various local social problems as evidence of a degenerate humanity. Changing patterns in nature, such as the recent volatile weather, bolstered her premise that the world and most of its people were unworthy of salvation. I remember walking back to my house feeling stunned, shaking my head in amazement. Never, not once, had I perceived the world the way my neighbor had. Instead, my perception was of an increasingly conscious world where people were thinking globally and acting locally to feed hungry children and house the homeless. Where my neighbor perceived a world perverted by godlessness, I perceived a rising consciousness of goodness. All right, so let's breathe into this. Right, so she's not making this person wrong. She's just saying that for her, that perception is very limited, very negative, and that this idea of being able to notice what in the world is working can shift your perception. Because the idea is your perception is your awareness and your consciousness. And you can only have this power of faith if you change your perception. We talked in our class, and I hope you all come, 8:45, bring your coffee. We talked in our class, we have plenty of space, about Brian and Fred, who are celebrating being on the Pride Parade trolley, or whatever it was, float, years ago, and we'll talk about that later. But how they had to change their perception of allowing relationship into their life. How many people have ever had a negative attitude toward relationships? Yes, I won't even ask you to raise your hand. But this idea, the feeling of, everybody's been hurt, and people have been abandoned, and things have happened. But how is it you can shift your perception to have healthy people in your life? I've not met anybody that's going around going, I hate men, I hate women, everything, and that you run into your mate. Because that isn't how it works. If they showed up, you'd be like, you're one of those, right? So we talked about changing perception, about relationship. We talked about how people change their perception around abundance, right? People may want things in your life, and the point is you have to change the way you experience yourself. Right? Because you can get things, and it's not, if you haven't changed the way that your gratitude piece or your idea of wow, life is a gift, it won't stay, or you won't appreciate it. Let's look at what Charles Fillmore has written about faith, because I think it's just, it kind of, blows you out of the water of negativity. Faith is perceiving power of the mind linked with the power to shape substance. Okay, shape substance. Like, you thought Superman had it going on. You guys we're shaping substance. I love that it is spiritual assurance, the power to do the seemingly impossible. It is a force that draws us to our heart's desire. It's a force that draws to us our heart's desire right out of the invisible spiritual substance. Is that how you perceive relationships showing? I drew this right out of the invisible spiritual substance. And I'm now looking at Michelle, who had an affirmation that she said over and over, because everybody does this. Where did you find Mark? Does Mark have a brother? And so she's like, I had an affirmation. Do you want to say what it was? Well, yes, here, let me give you a mic, because I just think it's so darn powerful. All right.
It worked. It was a very powerful affirmation. I am accepting God's expression of true relationship in my life.
Very nice. Yes, bravo. Look at him. All right. So we may add on another affirmation today. So I am accepting God's expression of true love in my life. Relationship. Okay, so I am accepting God's expression of true relationship in my life. And we just, whatever that looks like. For Mary said she manifested her cute little puppy dog through, so we don't know. But who knows what's next, Mary? They say start with a plant, then get an animal, and all right. But the deal is, do we see how exciting this is, and how probably no one told you about this, and how little we use this power? But anybody, I see really wonderful couples over here, and you guys have to constantly live in this sense of seeing the relationship the way you want it to be and growing into it. And so we're always learning how to be and use this power of faith, all right? It is a deep inner knowing that which is sought is already yours for the taking, okay? So if you want this specific job, feel it. I feel myself there. I am in whatever it is, be a minister. I had to really feel what it felt like to talk, and it scared me, but it was exciting. So what is it that you can feel this happening? This home that you want, you're in it. This health that you want, you're in it. And it is the assurance of things hoped for. So is the power of faith powerful? Yes. Are you in? Yes. All right, I'm in. Beautiful. Okay, so how much effort is this to sit and visualize what it is that you want in your life and call it forth out of invisible substance? Does this kind of blow your mind, right? It's supposed to, because it is this idea of, I didn't know I was creating this, right? Most of us are just stumbling along through life going, well, whatever shows up. I mean, really, I had a couple, maybe I told y'all that when they got together and they were having challenges and they came out, I said, so, what about getting married? What was your thing? Tell me about how fun, what that was about. Let's get back to that. And they said, well, one of them said, it was just like we got together because it was like better than nothing. And I'm like, what? But we can see how people do, right? And they could create something new. But we do that all the time. It's better. Has anybody ever said this is better than nothing? Okay, right? Okay, or somebody might have said it around you. But the idea is how unused your experience will be if that's your, like this lady, the world's coming to an end. So I invite you, if you're going to watch the news, please also read the Daily Word. Okay? Or call your spiritual friends, okay? Because it is so easy to get into this creating, like this lady, lack. So easy, okay? But it's not your job. Your soul is here to be the light of the world. And you already said you're in. Sorry. Okay? All right. So the next piece of this, we've got perception, and then we've got conviction. All right? So these are the things that you know are true. Linda goes into a story about her father. When in 1979, she became engaged to a man of African descent, and her Italian father said, I'm never going to speak to you again. And she was very clear that this was the man she wanted to be with, so they went on and got married. They're still married. And her father would not speak to her. When she called, he would not get on the phone. She went to a memorial funeral for a family member, and when she walked in, he walked out the other door. He wouldn't attend. If he knew she was attending, he wouldn't come. But what she knew in her conviction was that love there is at the soul of every relationship. So every time she thought of him, she just sent him love. She understood that he was not able, in his limited understanding, to expand. How many people's parents have that challenge? And how many people have kids that you go, really, you're going to have rings coming out of every place, And it's like, and you go, well, okay, right? And because it's not yours to, right? So the idea is, let's just take a moment to get convicted to what we know is true, and just close your eyes for a moment. And I'd like you to practice this power of faith. And I'd like you to bring to mind a situation, a person, something. It could be old, it could be recent. But I'd like you, in your powerfulness, to surround that soul or that situation with white light. And have the words in your heart, may you have peace. May you have peace. may you have peace. All right, so let's breathe in. You can open your eyes, and it's a wonderful exercise for your being, because we know that love is really the whole deal here, you know? And so love, it's easy to love those that are, you know, all nice and friendly and smile when you see them. But the exercise, the way we really get the power going, is to send love to the places, you know, that are needing that. So being the light of the world takes a lot of conviction. She talked about Martin Luther King, who we can see had what his life was certainly not easy. But in his experience of I have a dream, you know, was he convicted? Did he say things that nobody knew? Were they things that were from an unseen place? You better believe it. Was it going on when he says, you know, I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Does this sound like a guy that's convicted, convinced that this is true? Was his perception, was it different than most people that he was even talking to? Yeah? So faith is not going, oh, I'm going to talk about and I'm just going to go along with whatever's happening here. It's like, wow, what is really true for me? What do I stand for? Why was I born? How do I use this power? And the final place of this is expectancy. There's a story of a town that was in a drought, and the minister called the townspeople together in the town square and said, we're going to pray for rain. And a young lady's in the back, and he sees her, and he says, come on up. And the crowd parts, and she comes up, and what does she have in her hand? An umbrella. Yeah, she has an umbrella, because she's expecting rain, right? So how is it that we expect the best? How do we expect life, and how do we practice it? I know for many people, this is like Pollyanna, right? The Fillmores, y'all, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Fillmores. And did they sit with this daily and steep in this truth? And that's how this works. And it will feel like, oh, this is ridiculous, you know? But then you'll see something shift. You'll have this partner show up. You'll have this, you know, opportunity show up. You know, there'll be a billboard that says, you know, you are beautiful. You're like, really? Oh my God, that's amazing. So, you know, so we just have to work from this place of expecting. And there are some expectation affirmations, and they're in the book, but we're going to say them together, okay? So y'all see this? This is your expectancy practice. So here we go. I expect things to go well. I expect to know how to respond moment by moment. I expect to act intentionally. I expect to feel blessed. I expect meaningful, rich experiences. I see possibilities, especially in impossible situations. I live in a state of positive expectancy. So let's breathe into this. A little different than what you said this morning? Okay, all right. See, do you see, though, this is your work this week, to practice these things and see, wow, I've been expecting the worst. I am constantly looking at how I don't have enough, how this person's going to always act this way. And I am, when I do this, when I go into a meeting or anything that I'm challenged with, I expect the best, and I hold that person in light. And it is amazing how it turns out. And I go, this was mine to do, right? If I come in going, whoa, this is going to be bad. You know, it might be good, but I certainly have put no energy into it, right? I am not using my power. All right, so Peter is the disciple because Peter demonstrated faith, not perfectly at all, but Peter was the guy, maybe he knew he was going to be in the 12 powers, I don't know, but he knew that he had to demonstrate faith. And so it is a wonderful story of Peter and the disciples being out on the Sea of Galilee, and they're out there, and you know there's waves, and Jesus comes walking across the water, being consciousness, you are light, and they think first of all it's a ghost. You know, have you had like a message come to you? Like for me, it would be really handy if you get sober. You may not ever have to go to jail again. It's like, Oh, that's an interesting thought, right? So when that consciousness starts coming at you, it's like, oh, I don't know about this, right? So they think it's a ghost, they get afraid. And then Peter says, if it's you, Lord, ask me to come. Ask me to come out on the water. And so you'll notice that when consciousness is calling you, it does call you. You can even ask, I want a message. I want a sign. I want to know. This is a great way to meditate. And he says, come. Jesus says, come. So Peter does the really important thing is he steps. He takes a step. I love the title of a book I saw many years ago, and I don't even know if I read it, but I love the title. It says, if you want to walk on water, you got to get out of the boat. All right, and I love that. So it's, yes. So the idea is that Peter stepped, and of course he was able to walk on water because he was using his power of faith. And then the winds come, which symbolize change, and he got afraid, and he started to sink. And then Jesus takes his hand and he says, you have little faith. Why do you doubt? Really, why don't you use these powers? Look what you did. And it's so important for us to look at how we got through things. Sometimes you look back and you go, how did I ever get through that? Well, you got through it because you were using your power. So they get back in the boat, they all get back in the boat, and they all say, oh, truly, he is the Son of God. But what they're really all celebrating, if they could, would be that they all were touched by this energy, by this presence. They were all blessed by Peter using his power. So just know when you're using your power, everybody's going to get blessed. I know you guys, Fred and Brian, are going on a trip, a big trip to Europe that they've never done before. And one of their friends was like, "Oh my gosh, do you know all the stuff that's going on in Europe? Oh my gosh!" And so so they're saying, and we're going anyway, yes. But the idea is that it's never about criticizing people. It's just saying we're going anyway. We'll send you pictures. And and you're going to get to see how we're walking on water because we got out of the boat of fear. All right? Okay. So I'd like to show you, and this Peter, I talked to him, and he was talking about just having faith in his music and what he does and what he loves and how he decided, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago to stop doing the things he didn't like. I don't think you're big on weddings. I'm sorry about that because we have a lot of them here. But anyway, he decided not to do the things he didn't like. What a concept, right? How can you use your power if you're like, dum-dum-de-dum, dum-dum-de-dum, I'm so not happy doing this. And so, but what he did was really perfect what he loves. And I am amazed at the gigs he gets. People call him from all over the place. Because of this power of faith, because of the power of what he loves and what he does so well. And do we enjoy? I'm so blessed and feel so grateful that he's here. Yeah, so that's right. Yeah. Because I know other gigs pay more, but I'm glad you're here. So it's a spiritual thing. You know your abundance. So I will tell you that when I talk about faith, people tell me about this clip all day long, and since I'm a movie fanatic, this is what happens to y'all. But I want to show you a clip that you will probably remember from a movie called, I think it was one of the later movies, but later Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? Okay, so I want you to see putting faith in action with perception, conviction, and expectancy. We'll have to turn off the lights, yeah, because it's really a dark, old film. church trip to the rocks. Yes. Oh my gosh, right? How do you feel? Yeah, right? So could you see his perceptions like, yeah? And then he starts listening to his friend saying, come on, but that's his father, played by Sean Connery, that's saying, take a leap of faith. So you see the process of, and then you're looking at a map. This could be your map, Divine Audacity. And then, okay, you know, I have to do this. I am the star of the movie and all. And so, you know, and this idea, you can see kind of let go of personality and sort of got into spirit and got convinced, got convicted, and expected this other path to show up. And so to use Peter on the water, to use Indiana Jones stepping out into this crevasse, because I said, you know, the crevasse between who you think you are and who you really are is what you are constantly building that bridge. Every single moment, every single thought, every single breath, you're building that bridge. And it works 100% of the time, but we do have to tell ourselves the truth. We do have to know that we are the light of the world. We do have to take this dare and to know that every single thing in your life is trying to light that fuse, trying to get that power going. So let's do our affirmation, right? So I live in faith. Let's do it. I live in faith. Give yourself a hug. Yeah. I trust all is well, and I expect the best. So let's do this again, and maybe I can remember these words too. All right. So back and forth. All right. I'll just turn this way. Okay, here we go. I live in faith. I perceive the good. I trust all is well, and I expect the best. Okay, so breathe in. It's a big week ahead. There are all kinds of, about 4 questions about one of the things you'll do in the meditation to record this meditation, perhaps in your own voice. There's questions about living in faith and who you may want to forgive and what's going on with you. They're there at the end of the chapter. So I invite you to get a book. We have 16 and we ordered 50. So this will be one of those books you can use forever and ever and ever. All right, so let me go back to our beginning. Look over yonder. What do you see? The sun is shining most definitely. Why don't we say it together? And a new day's coming. A new day's coming. People are changing. Ain't it beautiful? Crystal blue persuasion. Give yourselves a hand. Okay, yes. So we're going to even go deeper into knowing that power. I'm really glad you're here. You're here by divine appointment, and you were supposed to be hearing this, all right? Faith is wanting to be lived through you. So I invite you to close your outer eye and open your inner eye. And you know what? I say that, and then you're probably going to need to use the words. So just be in your meditative self and allow Gretchen to lead you into this idea of God is and I am. And I am life. God is life, and I am light. God is light, and I am light. God is joy, and I am joy. God is joy, and I am joy. God is love, and I am love. God is love, and I am love. God is peace, and I am peace. God is peace, and I am peace. God is beauty, and I am beauty. God is beauty, and I am beauty. God is power, and I am power. God is power, and I am power. God is good, yes, God is good. God is good, yes, God is. All these things God is. All these things I am. All these things God is. All these things I am. All these things God is. All these things I am. All these things God is. All these things I am. God is good. Breathe in Gretchen's beautiful voice and Peter's music. Calming my breath, I focus attention on the center of my forehead inward, at the site of the pineal gland located between the two hemispheres of my brain. Breathing in and breathing out, attention fixed. I bless this connecting link between the physical and the spiritual. Sensitive to the pulsing of life, the movement of energy. I shine the royal blue light of faith into the center of my brain. The spaces between the hemispheres brushed blue. I broadcast blue light throughout my brain and down through my body. A healing, streaming royal blue signifying my consciousness of faith. Faith is my ability to see what cannot be seen humanly. I activate this spiritual power, courageously perceiving a great truth, a greater truth than my physical senses report. I dare myself to see what cannot be seen by human eyes, but exists as surely as the sun exists behind a cloud. I perceive the bottom line truths about life, that life is irrepressible, eternal, and perfect at every stage and form. I stretch my capacity to see the good that can be in troubling situations. I envision possibilities even in seemingly impossible circumstances. I am devoted to perceiving the good that can be. I am convinced that the nature of unseen good, the animated and harmonizing creative power behind all that I have and experience, is my nature. I am divine. I reach inward to my storehouse of faith to remain faithful during times when my human brain cannot envision the magnificent possibilities of wholeness of life, harmonious love, and wealth beyond measure. I demonstrate conviction by living as love lives, as wholeness lives, as wisdom lives. I audaciously trust in universal good, so much that I rest deeply in the peace of spiritual assurance. By my innate power of faith, I live in positive expectancy. I center my attention in joyous anticipation, knowing all is well, truly. And let us take a moment in the silence, being with that audacious power of faith. The world has not been given to me. I have been given to the world. And I have 12 powers that can part the Red Sea of any challenge. And it starts in my mind. It starts in my heart. It starts in my willingness to seep into the truth that is beyond any understanding. So I allow the energy of the Christ consciousness and the Fillmores seeing these powers. If I honor this place called unity, let me use those powers. And so we know all these things I am and God is. And if you'll hold hands with your spiritual family, we'll sing the last part of this song.
All these things I am, all these things God is, all these things I am, all these things God is, all these things I am, all these things God is, all these things I am, God is good.
We invite you to speak the names of those you would like held into this sacred space. We hold our beloved community in our hearts and prayers. We hold our minister, Reverend Heidi and Reverend Patty, our board, our staff, our volunteers in this powerful prayer energy. And please include the names on the board that you see behind you. They are asking for prayers. May our peace and oneness bless our brothers and sisters around the world as we hold the high watch as peacemakers. Thank you, God, for prayers already answered, and so it is. Amen. Tom and I are your prayer chaplains. My name is Sue Ellen, and we're here to pray with you around the corner in the Fillmore room or wherever you can find us. And we honor your confidentiality. And those of you that have not already signed up for a monthly wellness call, there are wellness board sign-up sheets around the corner outside the Fillmore room and downstairs, and we'd love to have you on our list. Thank you so much, and God be with you.
Of saying what you need to say when you need to say it. All right. Okay. So in that prayerful energy, I want to just send affirmative prayers to our dear Katie Mertens, who is having a knee replacement tomorrow. And we know Katie is one of the most lively folks in our community. So we see that new knee allowing you to be pain-free and joy-filled and active and very quickly recovering into your lively and a little crazy ass self. We love you. Anyway, so yay you, all right? All right. That's a prayer, I'm telling you right now. Okay, so we just love you, and we really affirm the wellness of everyone on that list and all of you, right? So, okay, so we're giving from this place of gratitude and of joy and of power, really having faith that Unity in Chicago has clearly been held by the power of faith, so many people loving this place and giving from generosity. We tithe every month. 10% of everything that comes in goes out into the community, goes to support people that have showed up here that have not received any payment. So this month, we are tithing to, as we always do, Unity Worldwide Ministries, our home headquarters. Silent Unity is a 24-hour prayer line. Goldie's Place that equips homeless people to go and have job interviews and go out in the world. Also Unity Institute, Reverend Therese Lee that's helped us with sacred service for the volunteers, the Spanish-speaking service volunteers, the youth program volunteers, Mangum McDonough, who came and did not get paid here, and Jennifer Weigel, who was here one night, and also J.D. Martin and Jan Garrett, who were here, and anyway, people that were just giving their time. So just know that we give into this place of generosity. So your tithes to this place go out and bless so many people. So we say well, you know what? This is kind of a new one, but I like it. Let's say it together here, all right? Generosity is an activity that loosens us up by offering whatever we can, a dollar, a flower, a word of encouragement. We are training in letting go. Yes, letting go and letting that power of you come through. So if you'll hold your tithe, your love offering in your hands, and I know some of you give electronically in our Abundant Life program, which is a wonderful way to be in a recurring giving program. So let's affirm our gratitude and our love. Divine love richly flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful for the blessings of this day. I am grateful for the blessings on the way, and today's the day.
All right. Today, while the blossom still clings to the vine, I'll taste your strawberries, I'll drink your sweet wine. 1,000,000 tomorrows shall all pass away, ere I forget all the joy that is mine today. Well, I'll be a dandy and I'll be a rover. You'll know who I am by the songs that I sing. I'll feast at your table, I'll sleep in your clover. Who cares what tomorrow shall bring? Today, while the blossom still clings to the vine, I'll taste your strawberries, I'll drink your sweet wine. 1,000,000 tomorrows shall all pass away, ere I forget all the joy that is mine today. And be contented with yesterday's glories. I can't live on promises, winter to spring. Today is my moment and now is my story. I'll laugh and I'll cry and I'll sing. Today, while the blossom still clings to the vine, I'll taste your strawberries, I'll drink your sweet wine. 1,000,000 tomorrows shall all pass away, ere I forget all the joy that is mine today.
That's so beautiful. We got oldies but goodies today. And Gretchen, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, what a gift. So let us just breathe into generosity and wellness, this power of faith that we know this community continues to thrive and is well because you are here and you are well. So I am abundance in action. Together, I am abundance. Prosperity is my way of life. I ignite my power of faith. And I live in divine, don't worry, it's coming. I live in divine audacity. I live in divine audacity, and so it is. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. I tell you. So there are many things, as usual, but I really invite you to read your bulletin. I'll tell you about this is happening today, but all of the things that are coming up. And the thing I keep forgetting to say is we're starting on Thursday a Unity Principles class, and we're going to line it right up with Divine Audacity. So if you would like to be a member, this is the time to do it. If you have been a member or you just want to talk about Unity and be more clear about what Unity means to you, please come. And so it's going to be on Thursday nights for 5 Thursdays because there's 5 principles. Yeah, that's how it works. And then after that, we'll go on into Divine Audacity and start even talking more about these powers. But I just invite everybody to come 7 o'clock in the library. It starts this Thursday. All right. Let us see here. you know, and so at 8:45, we have another, it's short, it's only an hour, but on one of the next power. So I invite you to get a book and read the meditation and do the questions, because you'll be amazed at how much you are not using this power, these gifts. It's kind of like you got a present and you just left it wrapped. Would you do that? No. All right, so do that, and we have soup downstairs today. Fernando is giving us free soup. He's so wonderful. He loves this. It's his ministry. So go downstairs. So upstairs is buy the book. Downstairs is soup. Just spend as much time as you want. So next Sunday is Bring a Friend. It's birthday Sunday and it's Bring a Friend. So I know you're going to see fireworks, but come here, you know, July 2nd. We're going to be looking for you. Every one of you, I'm looking for you. All right, so that's next Sunday, the first Sunday of the month. There's many ways to support this place. You can adopt a bill, which is downstairs. I see many of you, you know. I know, what did Annette say? I'm going to do heat in August. No. All right, okay. So, but if you go down, you can see you can pick a bill for the month, and it's downstairs on the poster board. Don't listen to Annette. You can attend an event, buy a book. We get to make a couple dollars from each book. Abundant Life program is this on-giving program that is really great. I think there's 70% of people that come here in it, and it gives you 10% off of everything that we do. But it gives us some kind of a regular way that we know how much is coming in, which is really handy. I mean, we're all about faith, but it is nice to have a little stability. Know something. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Get in our eBlast if you want to sign up. We have an internet desk for eBlast, and get on that so you'll know also what's going on. Let's see. Yes, if you're here for the first time, first, second, or third time, if you've raised your hand, we have these lovely folks that want to give you a flower. James, I know you're new. Yeah, so that's great. And we have a newcomer's reception, and we have a Unity bag that saves you 7 cents every time you go shopping. Just saying. So it's a Unity bag that's in there. I know Peter's like, I'm playing her off. Okay, so do go if you're first, second, or third time. We really would love to get to know you and just, you know, let you have fun, let you know what Unity's about. Today, we are having a oneness meditation with Kristen Panic, and Kristen has been trained at the Oneness University in India and has been there, I don't know, many, many times, and she does this meditation all over the world, but certainly here in Chicago a lot, and she is the spiritual leader of the Flowering Heart Center in Downers Grove. She brings people to India to the Oneness University. She's been doing this for years, and the Golden Oar meditation is a meditation experience that is extremely healing and powerful. So 12:30 downstairs in the library. Kristen, you just want to come up for just a sec and say howdy, and let's give Kristen a welcome. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yes, all right. Okay. So let's see. Oh, here's the mic. Do you want to I know you're...
Hi. This is perfect synchronicity because we talked about the sun is arising, you are the light of the world. So come experience it in a very physical way. We'll be working with a sun in your heart. And actually, if you want to close your eyes for just a moment here and feel a blazing, brightly shining sun. And feel that sun penetrating through every cell of the body. And now you can keep that connection there while you open your eyes. Because this meditation, which it'll take probably about an hour, we'll do a couple of meditations. There's a side effect, so I have to warn you, because you know this meditation is complete when you feel causeless joy, causeless love, and causeless freedom. So if you would like a little more of that in your life, come check us out at 12:30 in the library. So.
All right. Without further ado, let us welcome Gwen Cohen back to our stage here. Yay, Gwen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And today's sparkling flowers are generously donated by Fred Mahaffey and Brian Fallon. as they celebrate 17 years together, and may we join them in this celebration. Perfect message. It was exactly 17 years ago that we found ourselves standing side by side on Unity's Pride Parade float. As the day unfolded, so did our unexpected future together. Today, we continue to be grateful for the unexpected, the infinite possibilities, and the prospect of at least another 17 years together. We celebrate along with you today and Pride Day. Now that's quite a reception, so if you'd like to donate flowers for your special occasion, July dates are still available, so stop by the information desk or email Mickey, M-I-C-K-I, Mickey@unitychicago.org to reserve your special occasion. And just a couple of reminders for the announcements today. The Pet Ministry is here today and every Sunday with pets that are in need of foster homes and forever homes. We thank Carol Stiegel again for the work of her staff. Oh, what a beautiful kitty. And for more information, stop by and see Carol or a member of her team so that you can learn more about how you can support these beautiful creatures. So we had a reminder already about Kristen Panic's session at 12:30. Also, since this is the fourth Sunday, Unity's Spanish language service is going to be available in the Oak Room at 1 o'clock. So you have an opportunity to join that as well. And Heidi's already reminded you to stay connected by regularly visiting our website, unitychicago.org, by signing up for the e-newsletter. And by the way, when it comes to you, please read it. Open it and read it. And also, take the bulletin with you each Sunday. You'll find out lots of new things. And now, maybe we welcome back Joyce Peaches Faison.
Well, when you wish upon a star, life will take you very far. And when you wish upon a dream, life ain't always what it seems. So yeah. And when you see yourself so now, so why don't you listen to these words again? Well, be a kind. You're who you are. You're shining bright to see what you could truly be. What you could truly be. Yeah. Hey! Shining star come into view, and may God shine His wonderful light on you. Strong. Born a man, child of the sun, and I saw my work had just begun. Thought I had to stand alone, but I can say, blessed now I've got my own. So if you find yourself in need, why don't you listen to these words of peace? Grain of sand. The words of wisdom are, yes, I can. Woo! You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you could truly be. You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you could truly be. You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you could truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Let me hear you. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Thank you. I love y'all.
Guys, see what the power of faith manifested? Yeah? All right. So let's do this, all right? I live in faith. I perceive the good. I trust all is well. And I expect the best. Yes, all right. So let's weave our ways out here.
Let's weave ourselves home.
Weave us together. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together. Weave us together, and let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family, all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. I am the light. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love. The power of God protects us. I am the power. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is